Wake up, rise up, Mell be on the line. News, weather, truth, she delivers on time. Affirm your power, let the doubt unwind. Kickstart your soul, let your purpose shine. She don't just talk, she spark the flame from 7 to 8. She runs the game, Jamaica to New Orleans and all the world. The vibe don't sleep. Mell B drop gems while the world counts sheep. No fluff, no cap, just facts and fire. Affirmation flow that lifts you higher. Wake up, rise up, Mell B on the line. News, weather, truth.
Grand Rising, my kings and queens. It's your girl Mell B, back in the booth on Lux Radio Network. It's Tuesday, February 17th, and today we're choosing joy on purpose. Let this Tuesday be your testimony. Good news is already moving in your direction. Breathe deep, smile wide, and let's get into this beautiful day. All right, for our affirmation of the day, and it is as I read. I welcome good news, good energy, and good people into my life today. Tuesday is the momentum builder. This affirmation opens the door for positivity and reminds us that we have the power to choose what we allow in our space. All right, on to our word of the day, which is fortify. It's a verb. It means to strengthen, empower, or reinforce mentally, physically, and spiritually. Today's word is fortify. Strengthen your boundaries and mindset and your goals. Protect your energy at all costs. All right, and our urban slang word of the day, which is really a regular word, it's aura. It's a person's cool factor, star power, or stylish swag. So walk in your aura today and let your presence speak before you do. All right, on to our world headline news. First up, we have the Sora Grahan eclipse. The first solar eclipse of 2026 is occurring today. While it is in an annular ring of fire, visible primarily in Antarctica, a partial eclipse is being tracked by NASA observatories across the southern U.S., sparking a surge in digital classroom viewing events. Second, federal AI safety standards. The Department of Commerce is expected to release a major update today on the AI Bill of Rights, specifically addressing new transparency requirements for deepfake detection in financial services. And next, we have the National Literacy Month Initiative, building on the momentum of the school breaks. A new federal grant program is being announced today to fund 24-hour digital literacy hubs in public libraries across 50 major cities. All right, news for our cities by city, starting with New York. The New York City Department of Small Business Services is launching a digital doorway initiative today to help immigrant-owned businesses in Queens and Brooklyn transition to paperless payment systems. New York's community event today has explored the creative movement of Muslim futurism, a public talk and gallery showcase at 2 p.m., exploring contemporary art and technology through cultural lens. Los Angeles. Mayor Karen Bass has signed a major executive directive barring federal immigration authorities from using city-owned properties for staging operations, intensifying a policy clash with federal agencies. Los Angeles community event today is the Socala Public Square Discussion, a community forum in downtown LA focusing on the future of urban greenery and the Cool Pavement project results. Chicago. The Chicago Department of Transportation, or the CDOT, is unveiling a new smart signal pilot program today on the West Side, using AI to prioritize bus traffic and reduce commute times for residents. Chicago's community event today is the Midnight Madness Basketball, a popular community safety and engagement event held tonight from 9 p.m. to midnight at the Build Chicago facility. Atlanta. The Atlanta Beltline is hosting a virtual design reveal tonight for the South Side Trail, which aims to bridge the economic gap between the city's southeastern and southwestern neighborhoods. Atlanta's community event today is the Lunar New Year Festival, the Year of the Horse. Ongoing celebrations at Stone Mountain Park featuring Asian-inspired cultural tributes and community performances. Houston. Space Center Houston is providing live mission control updates today on the annular solar eclipse, utilizing their deep space network to broadcast the Ring of Fire to local schools. Houston's community event is the Mardi Gras Galveston. Today marks Fat Tuesday, the final and largest day of the festival, with major community parades along the seawall and the historic strand. Washington, D.C. The Smithsonian Institute is officially opening its new Future of Finance exhibit today, which includes the first permanent display of blockchain and digital currency history. Washington, D.C.'s community event today is the Afternoon Bach at the Cathedral, a free classical music session at the National Cathedral, providing a quiet space for community reflection following the holiday weekend. Miami. The Miami-Dade County Commission is reviewing a blue-green infrastructure plan today, focusing on using mangroves and seagrass restoration as a natural defense against storm surges. Miami's community event today is the Evening with Will Haygood, a major community lecture commemorating 60 years of the Vietnam War and its impact on American culture, held at Hall Auditorium. Tampa. The University of South Florida is breaking ground today on a new sustainability lab in downtown Tampa, focuses on solving local water scarcity issues using desalination technology. Tampa's community event today is the Florida State Fair 2026. The fair enters its final stages today with a focus on Innovation Day, showcasing student-led robotics and agricultural tech. Newport Richey. Good morning, Dad. Today marks the final day of the 2026 municipal election qualifying period. Local residents are gathering at City Hall as candidates submit their final papers before the noon deadline. Newport Richey's community event today is the Master Gardeners Oyster Odyssey, a community conservation workshop at the Newport Richey Public Library focusing on local river health. Milwaukee. Morning, family. The Milwaukee Department of Public Works is holding an open house meeting today regarding the rehabilitation of the South 9th Street Bridge, a major infrastructure project for the 10th Street area. Milwaukee's community event today is the Black History Month Family Night, a community-wide celebration at the Milwaukee Public Museum featuring local storytellers and historians. Vancouver. The Port of Vancouver is announcing a new green shipping partnership with international carriers today, aiming to eliminate all carbon emissions from docked vessels by 2030. Vancouver's community event today is the Family Day Post celebrations. Various community centers are hosting post-holiday cleanup and gardening workshops to transition into the spring planting season. Toronto City Council is debating a new civic AI charter today, which will govern how the city uses automated tools for everything from trash collection to library services. Toronto's community event today is the Winter Stations 2026. The interactive art installation at Woodbine Beach continues to serve as a major outdoor community gathering spot for the Family Day week. Bless up, Jamaica. Kingston. The Ministry of Culture has officially designated Kingston as a creative city hub for upcoming Reggae Month final week, with a focus on highlighting young reggae ambassadors. Kingston's community event is Children of the Icons, a special Reggae Month showcase at the National Gallery of Jamaica, featuring performances by the children of legendary Jamaican musicians. Montego Bay. The International Conference on Educational Law opens today in Montego Bay, bringing together global educators to discuss policy and social equality in private institutions. Montego Bay's community event today is the Bioinformatics for Biomedical Sciences, a major tech and science conference gathering at Montego Bay Convention Center. Ocho Rios. The St. Anne Parish Council is launching a Clean Ochi initiative today, rewarding local businesses that implement 100% plastic-free packaging. Ocho Rios community event today is the Bob Marley Birthday Bashments. Local community stages continue their acoustic tribute sessions as a part of the nationwide Reggae Month celebrations. Negril. Negril's business community is meeting today to discuss Dream Weekend infrastructure upgrades to ensure the town can handle the record tourism numbers expected for summer 2026. Negril's community event today is Young Reggae Ambassadors Workshop, a community mentorship program for aspiring musicians, focusing on the global business of the Jamaican music industry. Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands Ministry of Heritage is reviewing a new One Carnival proposal, which would merge the island's 3 major festivals into one massive annual event to boost local identity. Cayman Islands community event today is Georgetown Mardi Gras, the final day of the street festival featuring local food, traditional Caymanian crafts, and live soca music. Bahamas. The Ministry of Tourism is reporting a 15% increase in heritage visitors this month following the launch of the new community-led tour guide certification. Nassau's community event today is the Junkanoo Fest at Atlantis, a weekly immersive experience at Marina Village showcasing the music and vibrant costumes of the Bahamian cultural tradition. Nigeria. The Lagos State government is announcing a new Tech for All scholarship today, aiming at training 50,000 young Nigerians in software engineering and AI ethics. Nigeria's community event today is the Social Media Week Lagos. The premier tech event continues today with workshops on the future of fintech in the West African market. Ghana. The Ghana Cocoa Board is launching a cocoa sustainability mobile app today, allowing local farmers to track market prices and weather patterns in real time. Ghana's community event is Africa Aquatics 2026. Regional swimming championships continue in Accra, serving as a major community diplomacy and sporting event. The Netherlands. Dutch infrastructure experts are concluding a major study today on floating housing solutions for Rotterdam, aiming to combat rising sea levels with modular residential units. Netherlands community event today is Carnival season. Street celebrations and traditional music festivals continue in the southern provinces, with a focus on local folklore and costume displays. Vietnam. Hanoi is unveiling a new ancient quarter restoration plan today, which will use high-resolution 3D mapping to preserve the architectural history of the city's 36 streets. Vietnam's community event today is the Hanoi Spring Flower Festival, a citywide gathering in the Hoan Kiem district featuring rare orchid displays and traditional Tet season calligraphy. France. The President Emmanuel Macron is in India today for the India AI Impact Summit, where he is expected to sign a bilateral agreement on ethical AI development. France's community event is the Carnaval des Nice. The parade of lights takes place tonight along the Promenade de la Hague, drawing massive crowds for the illuminated floats. Germany. Labor officials in Berlin are reviewing a remote work right bill today, which would guarantee employees the ability to work from home 2 days a week where feasible. Germany's community event today is the Berlinade, Berlin International Film Festival. One of the world's most prestigious film festivals continues today with public screenings and red carpet community events. India. Home Minister Amit Shah has officially launched a Safe City project in Delhi. Good morning, bro. Featuring a massive AI-powered surveillance network and a new C4I Central Command Center. India's community event today is AI Impact Expo. The public expo in New Delhi enters its second day, allowing residents to interact with agentic AI tools designed for public services. Trinidad. The Ministry of National Security has released the final Carnival Safety Roadmap today, detailing increased pedestrian zones and digital help hubs for the upcoming festivals. Trinidad's community event today is the Panyard Vibe. Community steel pan rehearsals reach their peak tonight as orchestras prepare for the Panorama Finals. And Barbados. The Barbados Ministry of Energy is announcing a new home solar initiative program today aimed at making the island 100% renewable by 2030. Barbados community event today is the Whole Town Festival. The 399th anniversary celebrations continue with a focus on Heritage Day, featuring traditional Bahamian crafts and food markets. All right, on to our weather. New York, partly sunny today with a high of 46 and a low of 35. Los Angeles, partly sunny, rain likely tonight with a high of 58 and a low of 51. Chicago, cloudy with a high of 40 and a low of 32. Atlanta, mostly sunny with a high of 44 and a low of 33. Houston, sunny with a high of 54 and a low of 43. Washington, D.C., mostly sunny with a high of 42 and a low of 34. Miami, sunny with a high of 60 and a low of 52. Tampa, sunny with a high of 54 and a low of 45. Newport Richey, sunny with a high of 53 and a low of 44. Milwaukee, cloudy with a high of 38 and a low of 31. Vancouver, showers today with a high of 44 and a low of 35. Toronto, overcast today with a high of 35 and a low of 30. Kingston, scattered thunderstorms with a high of 82 and a low of 68. Montego Bay, sunny today with a high of 80 and a low of 73. Ocho Rios, mostly sunny with a high of 80 and a low of 71. Negril, high of sunny with a high of 82 and a low of 74. Cayman Islands, partly sunny with a high of 81 and a low of 75. Nassau, Bahamas, mostly sunny with a high of 76 and a low of 68. Trinidad, Port of Spain, partly sunny with a high of 86 and a low of 74. Barbados, Bridgetown, partly sunny with a high of 84 and a low of 76. Nigeria, Lagos, mostly cloudy with a high of 91 and a low of 79. Ghana, Accra, partly sunny with a high of 89 and a low of 78. Netherlands, Amsterdam, there's going to be rain there today with a high of 48 and a low of 41. Vietnam, Hanoi, overcast with a high of 72 and a low of 64. France, Paris, partly sunny with a high of 52 and a low of 45. Germany, Berlin, cloudy with a high of 44 and a low of 36. India, New Delhi, sunny with a high of 78 and a low of 54. All right, on to our sports section. There was no NBA games yesterday. The league is in a post-All-Star break hiatus right now. Let's see. College basketball, men's NCAA. We have Iowa State over Houston, 70-60. We have Duke over Syracuse, 101-64. Stony Brook over Drexel, 72-69. And Iowa State pulled off the thriller of the night, rallying with a 17-4 run to stun number 2 Houston at the Hilton Coliseum. In international soccer, in the FA Cup, England's 4th round replay, we have Brentwood over Macclesfield, 1-0. In Series A in Italy, we have Lecce over Cagliari, 2-0. And in Bangladesh in Germany, there was no matches yesterday, but there will be matches today. In cricket, the men's T20 World Cup, we have Sri Lanka defeated Australia 184 to 181. In England defeated Italy 202 to 178. New Zealand defeated Canada 176 to 173. And in Jamaican soccer, we had Portmore United over Arnett Gardens 2-0. Okay, and in games today, there will be no NBA games today. The regular season will start back on Thursday. First exhibition games begin February 20th in baseball. The college basketball men's, we have Kentucky versus Vanderbilt will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on SEC Network. We also have Syracuse versus NC State at 7 p.m. on ESPN2. There will be Kansas City versus UCF at 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus. And Florida versus South Carolina will be at 9 p.m. on SEC Network. Women's basketball, we have Tennessee versus Ole Miss will be at 7 on ESPNU. Also, Rutgers versus Illinois will be at 7 p.m. on BTN, Big Ten Network. In international soccer, round 16, we're going to have Real Madrid versus Benfica at 3 p.m. on CBS Paramount Plus. We'll have Paris Saint-Germain versus Monaco at 3 p.m. on Paramount Plus. You'll also have Borussia Dortmund and Atalanta at 3 p.m. Paramount Plus. And in cricket, there will be Ireland versus Zimbabwe at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time on Willow TV and Fubo. And also Scotland versus Nepal at 9:30 p.m. this evening on also Willow TV and Fubo. There are no games today scheduled in Jamaica soccer. Now on to Tay's sports fact of the day. It's titled The Admiral's Quadruple Double. Today marks the anniversary of one of the rarest feats in basketball history. On February 17, 1994, San Antonio Spurs legend David Robinson, known as the Admiral, became only the fourth player in NBA history to record a quadruple double. So Robinson finished the game against the Detroit Pistons with 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 blocks. Woo. To this day, only 4 players have officially achieved this: Nate Thurman, Alvin Robertson, Hakeem Olajuwon, and David Robinson. It hasn't happened in the NBA in over 32 years. Coincidentally, the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts, also opened its doors for the first time on this exact date back in 1968. All right, that's it for sports. Now on to our daily feature. Our daily feature I wanted to spotlight today is the life of Reverend Jesse Jackson. May he rest in heaven. Today we honor the life and legacy of Reverend Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr., one of the most influential civil rights leaders of the last century, a man who chose voice, courage, and organized power helped reshape the political and social landscape of America. Jesse Jackson was born on October 8, 1941 in Greenville, South Carolina, during the height of Jim Crow segregation. From a young age, he understood both the sting of discrimination and the power of standing up to it. By the early 1960s, he joined the civil rights movement, studying at Chicago Theological Seminary while working closely with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Jackson quickly became one of King's most trusted young organizers. He was on the ground during some of the movement's most pivotal moments, including the Selma to Montgomery marches and the Chicago Freedom Movement, which challenged housing discrimination in northern cities. After Dr. King's assassination in 1968, Jackson continued the work by founding Operation Push in 1971, an organization dedicated to the economic empowerment, education, and expanding opportunities for Black Americans. Later, he launched the Rainbow Coalition, building multiracial, cross-class alliances that push for justice on a national scale. In the 1980s, Jesse Jackson made history with his presidential campaigns in 1984 and 1988. He became the first African-American candidate to win major state primaries and the first to be taken seriously as a national contender. His message, we all know it, keep hope alive, wasn't just a slogan, it was a blueprint for political inclusion, voter registration, and coalition building that still shapes American politics today. Beyond politics, Jackson has been a global negotiator, securing the release of hostages abroad, advocating for peace, and speaking out on issues from apartheid to poverty. In recent years, he has continued to work despite being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2017, remaining a powerful elder statesman of the movement. Today, Reverend Jesse Jackson stands as a living bridge between generations, from the frontline battles of the 1960s to the ongoing fight for justice in the 21st century. His life reminds us that leadership isn't about titles. It's about service, sacrifice, and courage to speak the truth to power. And as he always says, keep hope alive. May he rest in peace. Okay, on to our book club, where we are still reading The Four Agreements and by Don Miguel Ruiz. Today's subject is Projection is Not Personal. Today, we're diving deeper into Agreement 2 by talking about projection. Ruiz reminds us that people speak from the world inside them, not the world inside you. In our community, we've seen this play out for generations. People project stereotypes, fears, and assumptions onto us before we even open our mouths. But African American wisdom teaches us something powerful. Don't let someone else's limited vision shrink your limitless potential. When someone lashes out, dismisses you, or doubts you, it's often because they're wrestling with their own shadows. Their reaction is a mirror of their inner world, not a measure of your value. When someone comes at you sideways today, pause. Ask yourself, is this about me or is this about them? 9 times out of 10, it's about them. So also ask yourself today, what situations trigger me to take things personally and why? And take a deep look inside yourself and find your strength. All right, on to our cause of the day. Our cause of the day is pulmonary hypertension. It's a rare progressive condition where the blood pressure in the arteries of the lungs becomes dangerously high, forcing the heart to work harder. Symptoms are shortness of breath, chest pain, fatigue, dizziness or fainting, swelling in the ankles or legs. Prevention, not always preventable, but managing heart and lung health reduces your risk. Treatments are medications to relax lung arteries, oxygen therapy, blood thinners, and in advanced cases, a lung transplant. So if you need more information, please, of course, contact your doctor. But there's also pulmonologists, cardiologists, the Pulmonary Hypertension Association as well. Pulmonary hypertension is often misdiagnosed as asthma or anxiety, especially in women. If breathing feels harder than it should, please get checked out. All right, on to Mr. Evans' favorite section of the day, Today in History. In 1801, Thomas Jefferson was elected president. After an electoral college tie, the House of Representatives elected Thomas Jefferson as the third U.S. president. Also in 1904, Madame Butterfly premieres in Milan. Puccini's iconic opera, Madame Butterfly, debuted at the La Scala, later becoming one of the most performed operas in the world. And in 1972, Volkswagen Beetle breaks production record, The VW Beetle surpassed the Ford Model T as the world's best-selling car, marking a major milestone in automotive history. All right, in African American history today, in 1870, Congress adopts the Mississippi Plan, a strategy designed to suppress Black voting rights after Reconstruction, a reminder of the long fight for voting rights and why the struggle continues. And in 1963, Michael Jordan was born, the basketball icon who reshaped sports, culture, fashion, and global branding. More than an athlete, he's a culture force. And in 1992, Angela Davis acquitted 20 years earlier. On this date in 1972, Angela Davis was acquitted of all charges after being wrongfully accused. Her victory became a symbol of resistance and justice. And on to African American scientists and inventors. First up, we have Alexander Miles, elevator safety innovator. Alexander Miles patented the automatic elevator door in 1887, eliminating the dangers of open shafts. His invention made elevators safer worldwide and shaped modern building designs. Next up, we have Dr. Marie Daly, the first Black woman PhD in chemistry. Dr. Marie Daly uncovered the link between cholesterol and heart disease, transforming how doctors understand cardiovascular health. Her research still guides modern medicine today. And also, last but not least, Miriam Benjamin, inventor of the gong and signal chair. Miriam Benjamin patented a chair with a signaling system that allowed customers to call attendants with a button. Her invention became the blueprint for modern service call systems used in hotels and airplanes. All right, we're on to our Back to Roots segment, where we are still focusing on African spiritual systems, the original pathways to the divine. Our theme today is understanding African spirituality before colonial influence. Today, we're stepping into the spiritual systems that shaped African life long before Christianity or Islam arrived. Across the continent, our ancestors practiced traditions rooted in nature, balance, and ancestral connection. In West Africa, the Yoruba honored Orisha, divine forces of nature like Oshun, Shago, and Yamaya. In the Congo region, people practice Bantu Congo cosmology, centered on the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. In ancient Kemet, we know now as Egypt, spirituality was built on Ma'at, the principle of truth, balance, and cosmic order. These systems weren't religions in the Western sense. They were ways of living, ways of understanding energy, community, healing, and purpose. They taught that the divine lies within us, around us, and through us. And here's the part that matters today. These traditions survived, they traveled, and they transformed. They show up in the Caribbean, in the Americas, in our music, our rituals, our intuition, and our resilience. So African spirituality didn't disappear, it evolved, and it still beats in our spirit today. All right, down the rabbit hole we go, where our focus spotlight today is where are the missing children from the last 50 years? Today on Down the Rabbit Hole, we're tackling one of the most emotional and misunderstood topics online. Where are the missing children from the past 50 years? Social media is full of claims that millions of children have vanished without explanation, and that governments are hiding the truth. But let's slow down and look at the facts, at least what's on the internet. Every year, the U.S. reports around 300 to 400,000 missing children. Globally, the number is in the millions. But here's the part social media rarely explains. Over 90% of missing children are found within hours or days. Most cases involve runaways, custody disputes, or miscommunication, not abductions. So the real question is, how many children remain missing long term? In the U.S., the number is estimated between 1,000 to 2,000 unsolved cases. Globally, the number is harder to track because many countries lack consistent reporting systems But as of this far, it's far lower than the virtual claims it is. Now, does this mean everything is fine? Absolutely not. There are still thousands of families with no answers. There are still trafficking cases, exploitation cases, and systematic failures. There are still children who fall through the cracks because of poverty, conflict, or lack of resources. But the idea that millions of children vanish in a global conspiracy is not supported by evidence. What is supported is many countries lack proper databases. Some cases were never investigated properly. Some communities, especially poor and minority communities, don't get the same attention or resources as others. And globally, child protection systems are deeply uneven. So the deeper the issue isn't a hidden conspiracy, it's a global failure of infrastructure, equality, and accountability. So people ask, where are the missing children? The real question is, why don't we have a worldwide system strong enough to protect them in the first place? Some of these statistics are, of course, someone's educated guess. To say that they're not, that these children, there's 90% of them that are found within hours or days. It might be true in some cases, but a lot, I personally think we wouldn't have the data, that national system. I can't recall what it's called right now, but it's the national something for exploited children, missing children or something. I can't remember it. I apologize for that, but we wouldn't have that if there were just 1,000 to 2,000 cases of missing children not unsolved. We wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have the 911. We wouldn't have Amber Alerts. We would, if it wasn't a epidemic, in my opinion. So where are our babies? All right, on to our fact or fiction section. Today we focus, our first claim is, did ancient African civilizations have advanced technology we no longer understand? The claim is, some believe ancient African societies possessed advanced technology, from electricity to surgical tools, that modern science can't explain. Artifacts from Kemet, Nubia, Mali, and Great Zimbabwe show incredible engineering, astronomy, and medical knowledge. This has led some to claim lost technology. So the evidence: Egyptians performed documented surgeries and created medical texts. The Dogon people charted star systems with stunning accuracy. The Great Pyramids' alignment shows advanced mathematics. And none of this requires mysterious technology, just brilliance. So the verdict is, it's fact with content. African civilizations were advanced, but not supernatural. Their achievements reflect scientific mastery, not lost alien technology. So dismissing African innovations as mysterious is a subtle form of erasure. The truth is powerful. Our ancestors were scientists, engineers, and mathematicians long before the world even gave them credit. All right, on to our tech tip of the day, which is, use AI email summaries to clear your inbox faster. Most major email platforms now offer AI-powered summaries that condenses long emails into just a few sentences. Because people spend hours reading emails. AI summaries cut that down in half. So how do we use it? In Outlook or Gmail, open an email. Look for summarize or AI summary. Read the short breakdown instead of the whole message. Respond faster and move on to the next one. All right, on to our finance tip of the day, where we are in a series of how to start investing on a low or moderate income. So step 2, build a tiny safety net first. Investing without any cushion is stressful. Start with a small emergency buffer. So aim for $200 to $500 as a starter emergency fund. Park it in a high yield savings account, not a checking. This is for real emergencies, not a brunch. So today, Before you invest, build that tiny safety net. And once that's in place, you can start investing without panicking every time your car makes a new noise. All right, on to our fun fact of the day. It is there's a fungus that turns ants into zombies. So it is let me get it right, the Ophiocordicep fungus infects ants and controls their behavior, forcing them to climb plants before the fungus bursts out and spreads. The fungus hijacks the ant's nervous system, not its brain, to manipulate their movement. It's a real-life example of nature being stranger than fiction and why scientists study it for clues about behavior and disease. Our fun holiday of the day is its Random Acts of Kindness Day, a global celebration encouraging people to perform unexpected acts of generosity. Started by a nonprofit in the 1990s to promote compassion, community, and positivity. Kindness has measurable effects on mental health for the giver and the receiver. So today is Random Acts of Kindness Day. Buy someone some coffee, hold a door, send a text, or just smile at a stranger. Kindness is contagious, and it's free. All right, on to our quote of the day. And I quote, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome." End quote. That quote was given to us by Booker T. Washington. Success isn't just about titles or status, it's about resilience. It's about what you pushed through, what you survived, and what you refuse to let break you. Your journey, your grit, your growth, that's the real scoreboard. All right, on to music and entertainment. Kendrick Lamar's surprise pop-up shows sell out in minutes. Kendrick Lamar quietly announced 2 intimate pop-up performances in Los Angeles and New York, and both sold out instantly. The shows are part of a new performance series he's testing, blending live instrumentation, spoken word, and unreleased material. Kendrick is reminding folks why he's one of the most respected artists of our generation. He doesn't just perform, he curates experiences. And in our celebrity gossip, Keke Palmer's soft life era is trending again. Keke posted a video laughing, glowing, and living her best life, and fans immediately started speculating about a new boo, a new project, or both. Keke reps confirmed she's filming a new comedy series and focusing on work and motherhood. The soft glow, 100% real. The boyfriend theories, internet imagination. So Keke Palmer is booked, blessed, and unbothered. And the internet is trying to turn her joy into a plot twist, as usual. All right, on to our celebrity birthdays. Today, as we mentioned, basketball legend, entrepreneur, and cultural icon whose influence extends far beyond the court, of course, is Mr. Michael Jordan, is 63 today. Also, the late, great Cleveland Browns fullback would have been 90 years old today. Rest in heaven, Mr. Jim Brown. All right, on to our lifestyle segment, where today's soul food recipe is honey hot chicken tenders with a beverage of blackberry mint iced tea. Sounds good. All right, men, your lifestyle tip of the day is stretch 5 minutes every day, preferably when you get up in the morning. Focus on your hips and your back. You don't want them giving out at the most inappropriate moment. Hint, hint. Men's fashion tip of the day is lightweight hoodie layers, perfect under denim or your bomber jacket. Women's lifestyle tip, hydrate before your coffee. It prevents jitters and boosts energy. Women's fashion tip of the day is the one monochrome color. One color head to toe is equals to instant chic fashion. Our household chore of the day is wipe down your door handles and your light switches. High touch areas need love too. Women, our auto mechanics tip today is know your tire pressure number. Check the sticker inside the door, the driver's side door, not on the tire, inside the driver door. So proper pressure improves gas mileage and prevents tire blowout. In relationship advice today for couples, share one appreciation today. What do you appreciate about each other? Friendships, check on that strong friend. She may need to talk. And family, listen without interrupting. Learn how to listen. All right, in our Before They Were Legends, today we are spotlighting Gordon Parks. Born in Kansas in 1912, the youngest of 15 children, Gordon Parks grew up in deep poverty during segregation. He lost his mother at 14 and was forced to survive on his own, working odd jobs, facing homelessness, and navigating a world stacked against him. He bought a used camera for $7.50. That single purchase changed the course of American art. Parks became the first Black photographer for Life magazine and later a groundbreaking filmmaker. Shaft. He made Shaft. He documented Black life with dignity, truth, and beauty, shaping how the world sees us. Before he was a legend, Gordon Parks was a teenage boy sleeping wherever he could find warmth. But the moment he picked up a camera, he picked up purpose. His lens became his voice, and that voice changed American culture forever. All right, on to our last segment of the day, which is our daily horoscopes. As we always start with Aries. Momentum builds. Don't rush. Pace yourself for long-term wins. Your lucky numbers today are 8, 14, and 22. Your lucky symbol is the shield. Protect your progress. Taurus. A financial insight helps you plan smarter. Your lucky numbers today are 3, 12, and 27. Your lucky symbol is the coin. Invest in stability. Gemini. A message or call brings clarity. Stay open. Your lucky numbers today are 5, 19, and 30. Your lucky symbol today is the envelope. Communication brings answers. Cancer. Focus on emotional boundaries. You can care without carrying. Got it? Your lucky numbers are 4, 10, and 28. Your lucky symbol today is the stop sign. Protect your peace. Leo, your confidence attracts opportunities. Step into the spotlight. Your lucky numbers today are 1, 18, and 29. Your lucky symbol is the crown. Own your power. Virgo, a task you've been avoiding becomes easier today. Your lucky numbers are 7, 15, and 33. Your lucky symbol is a puzzle piece. Everything fits. Libra, a relationship strengthens through vulnerability. Your lucky numbers today are 9, 20, and 31. Your lucky symbol, hearts. Connections deepen. Scorpio, a truth resurfaces and it benefits you. Your lucky numbers today are 6, 22, and 34. And your lucky symbol is the magnifying glass. See what's hidden. Sagittarius, your optimism inspires someone close to you. Your lucky numbers today are 11, 24, and 36. Your lucky symbol is the sunrise, which is new beginnings. Capricorn, a work breakthrough arrives. Stay focused. Your lucky numbers today are 2, 13, and 25. Your lucky symbol is the chart. Progress is real. Aquarius, your creativity is magnetic today. Your lucky numbers are 8, 21, and 30. Your lucky symbol is the palette. Express yourself. And Pisces, a moment of stillness brings clarity. Your lucky numbers today are 5, 17, and 26. And your lucky symbol is the dove. Choose calm. All right, at this time, I would like to say thank you to our sponsors. First up, Bello Burn Hot Sauce. Bold taste, big kick. Bello Burn keeps the city spicy. RAS Herbals, natural remedies, real results. RAS Herbals keeps the community grounded. Colorane Candles, soft light, strong energy. Calorie Candles elevates every space. And Universal Madness, the official sponsor of the Chief and Go Show. Style with a statement. Universal Madness keeps the culture fitted. All right, in our announcements tonight, we will have Kickback with Cookie at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Lux Radio Network on all platforms except TT, and watch us on luxradio.com. So that's a wrap on this beautiful Tuesday. It reminds us that kindness, clarity, and connection go a long way. So keep your energy steady, your boundaries firm, and your spirit open to the blessings headed your way. Until tomorrow morning, my kings and queens, this is your girl Mel B saying, stay looking fly, stay grounded in your own truth, and don't let nobody tilt your crown. Period.